Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Bryan, and Reaves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef. I am your host, Jamal. This is the official Top Chef podcast. And with me, as always, he's always here, is my co-host, Reaves. Say what's up.
What's up, people? I'm here. I'm here every single time. You got all the amigos plus one.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on to your butts.
Is that your new intro for Bryan?
Well, I didn't hear him respond to it.
Yeah, I thought you set him up perfectly. And this is kind of more reason why he is in the position of mics that he's in. Third mic. Well, he could be second if he just would take on that role, that responsibility.
No, see, this is what corporate America. This is from Jamal, fucking capitalist puppet over here.
Capricorn puppet.
What they want you to think. They want you to do the work for free that you're not responsible for, and then one day you'll get paid for it and get that recognition. I don't play that game.
But hold on, I'm paying you in recognition. I'm paying you in stage time.
We don't do that anymore. That's dead.
You're literally doing
COVID
it right now.
killed that. COVID killed stage time payment. Doesn't happen anymore. UCB stopped doing it. The venture capitalists took it over.
Worked for BB-8.
Did work for BB-8.
Worked out pretty good for him.
Okay. So that was good because we have a guest because we're still continuing to try and find a better third mic. And so I guess this week is a super fan, not of this podcast because I don't think we have any of those, but of the TV show Top Chef. This is a super fan. It's a mega fan. She loves the show. She thinks about the show. She dreams about the show. She has sunblock from the show that she puts on when she goes to the beach. She's had pasta. You know how those pastas used to have like shapes? She's got Top Chef shaped pasta that she's made before with Kraft macaroni and cheese. She has.
They don't have shapes anymore. They definitely used to.
They don't.
They
do
it anymore.
They don't
do it anymore. There's something in the pasta that you can't manipulate.
Can't shape it anymore.
No, it's changed.
She has Top Chef soap. She's got Top Chef oven mitts. She's got Top Chef boots. I mean, the list goes on. So let's just welcome to the show. I was doing so well, and then you had to tag it with that, and it kind of makes me want to do it all over again.
Go ahead.
Please welcome to the show, Top Chef superfan Bethany Coan.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
No, please, we're more excited that you're here because finally someone who can tell us about this show
Thank God.
is here. And we've been getting, I don't know if you've been hearing about some of the feedback we've been getting from some of the listeners, some of the hate listeners.
It's mixed.
They don't like that we don't talk about Top Chef for 30 minutes in the beginning. And so I've kind of mentioned it. If you want to say just your favorite thing about Top Chef right now, so we get it out the way.
My favorite thing right now, I got to go with our new host, Kristen. I think she's really crushing it as a new host. I've been really enjoying her and her working with the chefs and communicating with them and showing her excitement as well as her frustration. And I just think we had Padma for so long and to move into something like Kristen, I think that was such a great move. And I'm so excited to have her here.
We did it. We actually did it. We're talking about Top Chef in the beginning.
And
less than 5 minutes in.
That was so topical. It was so related to, things that are happening now in Top Chef.
This episode even.
Yeah, you could have asked. You could have said anything because I said your favorite thing about Top Chef, but you kept it so current. Thank you so much for that. And I agree with you. I think this rebrand is going well.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's so great. And I know that she had some stuff up her sleeves, which we'd been kind of seeing along the
Tattoos.
way.
Mhm.
Lots of tattoos, really
Yep.
cool tattoos too.
Yep.
One's like
So
a flower umbrella thing.
yeah. And one of them looks like bones.
Yeah, is it
It's
skeleton bones?
bones.
It
It's
is
bones.
bones. Okay.
I never watched that TV show.
Yeah.
You didn't, but Zoe's sister's in it.
Missed it.
An
But yeah,
angel.
I'm a fan of the Kish.
No, not
This is the
Angel.
Kish effect.
It's not Angel.
Yeah.
Kish, as they say, kiss your
Buffy.
kids goodnight.
It's not Buffy Angel. I was wrong.
No, the first Buffy.
Ah,
Yes.
you're still talking about that?
The movie.
Yes.
The British Buffy is better than the American Buffy.
Bethany, do you consider yourself a foodie?
I guess if I had to say that, I would say foodie, but I just, it's one of those words where you're just like, ugh,
It's cringy, right?
cringy.
Yeah.
But I worked in service industry for a very long time. I know fine dining restaurants. I love cooking. I love eating. So I guess that puts me in the foodie category.
Okay.
Classic
know-
definition.
I didn't know you
Experts.
worked in fine dining restaurants. Are you allowed to name drop any of these Michelin star places?
I haven't worked in any Michelin starred restaurants, but I've worked in a couple. I worked in a James Beard Award winning restaurant.
Okay,
from
we know that
Top
guy.
Chef alum Justin DeVilliers. I worked in a La
Okay.
Petite Grocery.
Okay. And
Okay.
we know who that
Yes,
is.
I can
know
see
who
it in
that
my
is.
head immediately.
Oh
I
my
know
God.
who he is.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Say
what
no
you don't
more.
hear is clicking of keyboards. You don't hear that because we know immediately who that is.
Yeah.
We're not
Yep.
looking it up.
We like the show a lot.
Okay, so what was it like working at La Petite Grocery?
What did you do there?
Where'd
I was
they
a
put the beard?
bartender and a server. I loved it. It's like a cozy neighborhood spot, but it's fine dining. But you know everybody because everybody kind of walks there in the neighborhood. But you also had a lot of tourists. It was just like a kind of like it had just great vibes like that. And we the bar that I worked at was just a really beautiful wood bar. We had a lot of great bar regulars that would come in. I'm still pretty good friends with now. I don't know, it's just like your neighborhood place. The signature dish there were these blue crab beignets with a malt vinegar aioli that truly would get people off their couch to drive in traffic to come have these.
Get a
I mean,
Get them
beignet.
off their tractors. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So, and we got to order food at the end of the night. And, we would order that. We had a really great burger on the menu too. So we're always ordering that. Fries. I mean, it was just a good menu.
Man, doesn't sound.
Did you
that
ever come in
petite.
early and go into the kitchen and just kind of like remove some of the ingredients that the chefs normally needed? And then like when they show up and they're confused, you like start a timer and say, this is your challenge. You no longer have, anything.
Foie gras.
It's only things that a dinosaur would eat.
Yeah.
And you got to make it work.
No, I wish that I had the clout to be able to push these
too.
chefs to do challenges, but I think it was a challenge enough to cook during Jazz Fest or, doubles during Jazz Fest. It's just a tough time for them. But, working in the bar, we had to steal a lot of fruit from them. So I think that they would see that as a challenge that we threw it from them and taking all their lemons for lemon juice. So
Mhm.
When life hands you a lemon, hand it back to the barkeeper because they need it.
They need it.
yeah, we need it more than the kitchen needs it.
What's the kitchen gonna do with it? Put it on the side of a plate that you don't eat it?
What are you gonna zest this?
Yeah.
I need the whole lemon, guy.
It goes on the side of my drink.
Yeah.
What are they even putting lemon in the dishes?
Use
I just see it
grapefruit.
in my freaking glass of water.
Yeah.
I don't even need it.
Yeah, I need
That's
2 in my
wasteful.
water. I need
Yeah.
2 here.
Anytime I go to a restaurant and I get a glass of water and they have a lemon in it, and then they bring me a dish that also has a lemon, I just take that lemon off the dish and put it in my water.
Right in the water, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's where it
Why
belongs.
is this here?
Yeah.
This goes
And
in
then
the
I take the lemon in my water and I squeeze it on the dish.
I take the lemon, put it in my mouth, smile real big, scare a kid. Maybe have a heart attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. All right.
Dare your friends, you can take the sour. Who's taking a full bite of this? I'll do it. I'll take the
I'll do
sour.
it. No one's daring you. You still do it anyway.
All right,
Complain the rest of the meal.
Oh,
I can't
my
taste it. I
taste
just
buds all
keep
fucked
tasting.
up.
It just tastes like lemon.
I have to ask a question because I saw it on your Instagram. There's a picture you posted of like 5 different pastas on one table, and I was like, holy crap, what Italian wedding are they at?
That was actually just a lunch that we had in Rome.
Just a lunch, folks.
Just a lunch. Yeah.
Oh, love Rome.
My husband's cousin.
This time of year?
I do.
My husband's cousin took us to this place in Rome that he loved, and he made these reservations, and then he just ordered all these pastas for us there. And so they're just like pretty classical representations of pasta there.
Yeah.
And don't worry, there was 4 of us sharing all 4 of those, but
I wasn't worried.
Salt
Okay,
and
well,
vodka.
I'm worried.
You were worried? Okay.
I had a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Because when I was in Italy, I've been.
This time of year?
It was in February, actually. A little cold. It was nice.
Terrible time to go.
We were at a restaurant, and I wanted to have 2 pastas. And I tried ordering 2 pastas. And the guy was like, what? He didn't know what was going on. And my wife eventually goes, he wants both of them. It's like an angry voice. And I thought it was okay, because one was a primi and one was a secondi, and that's 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it made it seem like I was having too much pasta.
Mm.
Did you
Is that okay?
see did
Yeah,
the
I
waiter
think
go to
that's
the back and you saw him like discuss like really animatedly with the chef and they're pointing at you a lot? Yeah. Shaking their head.
Don't make 1, make 2 and bring them out at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, for 2 people. No.
No.
Mhm.
1 guy. Oh.
What's his wife having? Another pasta. What are they? In my mind, we would split the 3rd pasta.
Yeah,
That's okay.
That's how you have to do it, because you want to be able to try
Yes.
each of yours, and then you want the 3rd one that you were still piqued by, but you couldn't make any decisions.
Yes.
Like when you're traveling and you're on vacation, there's no need to make decisions. You just get all the pasta.
You do it all.
Yeah.
Put
just
that
do it
on
all.
a shirt. Put
And
that
then
on a shirt.
you either take the leftovers and put it in your small refrigerator, or you just chalk it up to, we had a great time and we don't need to take the leftovers. So.
Exactly.
Man.
Thank you.
I gotta say that photo
Prego.
fucking stopped me in my tracks.
It was amazing.
That photo, I was like, I'm very rarely when I look at photos online do I actually start salivating, and I was like, oh my god, I need a fork in my hand. I just want to just two stabs in each one of these, and just they looked that good, and I was like, this is, and I mean, the message I sent you kind of conveyed that. So, yeah. So,
Well, you
and I
did show it to
never
Alex, though,
curse.
and Alex was a little weirded out by but you had to show him what it was to, because the message was like, it seemed inappropriate. But you know, it's to the pasta,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because it said damn, and then
Like spelled like with the DAMN and then the period, like the Kendrick Lamar album.
yeah.
Mm.
I sent a
Destroyed
picture
Drake,
of.
I guess, all that stuff. And beat him up.
We talked about it on the
we-
pod.
yeah,
I
we talked
learned
about
it live on the podcast. And I pretended like I knew what they were talking about.
Reaves did great there.
I said, yes, I understand.
Mhm.
And then later I did a lot of Googling.
But yeah, I sent a picture of Kendrick Lamar's album as my retort to seeing an amazing pasta spread. And then you sent back to me first person shooter mode from Drake, and I was like, okay, there's no big 3, it's just big B. And then we got into a little bit of a beef.
Everyone's beefing these days,
Yeah, well, family matters.
including people on the internet who want to leave comments about things.
Oh, Bryan wants to talk about this.
So I wasn't here the week that you all discussed a certain review. There were 2 reviews. Let's give credit where credit is due. We had 2 reviews. One, very nice.
Dos. We had Prima and Segundi.
We had Primi and Segundi, and you could do that. It's fine.
I could do that, yeah.
One, very nice, very complimentary. Loves the show. Loves our shit. Can't get enough of our shit.
Can't get enough.
The other one hates our shit. Had enough. Never wants to hear us again. Uh-oh, but then it disappeared.
Because they took it down.
Uh-oh, the
so
review
they
is gone.
So they could rewrite it.
So apparently they took it down, yes, so they could rewrite it. And here's the 2 things they did. This is very funny to me. One, they shortened the subject so you can read it all. Because at first you couldn't. Because it said, it's like the hosts don't even and we didn't know what they were talking about.
They had no clue.
We had no idea. So they shortened it. Thank you.
It was like her first time leaving a review.
Yeah. Then it said the original review, which is they don't. Who cares? Something about
The hosts don't
take
seem
30 minutes to talk about Top
Yeah,
Chef. This
they
is
just-
called the intro,
Yeah.
sweetie.
Okay.
Hey, babe. It's called an intro. Okay.
Then the addition is edit.
Shorter
Something
than the
along-
Reagan speech,
something-
babe.
Something along the lines of, be aware that the hosts have very thin skin.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it. But may I remind you, we talked about the good one too.
Can I jump in here?
Yes, please.
I wish
Because-
somebody would. I'm dying out here.
I actually, you guys know I had my surgery where I
Yes.
had my horniness removed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
And then
I
sexiness.
actually was left with very thin skin. And so I don't like that it's being called out now and
Yeah.
being made fun of, because when I had surgery on my knee, the doctor told me that knee will grow back. That knee
Yeah,
part of the skin will grow back. And I
That's human.
didn't, so here's, I'll let the audience in. My doctor, doctors try and like connect with their patients, and my doctor was like, trust me, this skin on your knee will grow back. And then he said, if you think the skin's not going to grow back, knee grow please.
And he could say that.
He's
Yeah.
a doctor.
He's a doctor, he can say that.
They can say
But
whatever they want.
he then kept saying negro please to me
Mhm.
in
you let
reference.
You
You
signed
gave him a
off on it.
pass.
I gave him,
Yeah.
I did give him a pass, a little physical card that said he could say it while
A
I
hall
was there.
pass.
It was a negro please
Love
hall
that
pass.
movie.
And so
Talk
he
about
kept saying it. And so to hear a review of someone calling us thin skinned, I feel like that's kind of personal. It's kind of I thought we were beyond that now. And I also think, what's her name? Jill?
it. Who knows?
What's your name again?
Whatever your name is, I believe you owe an apology now.
Wait a
So-
minute. What is your name? And then she starts to say it, and I say, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter
It
what your name is.
doesn't matter.
So
Yeah.
two things.
So you owe an apology now.
One, Jamal is 100% right.
Yes.
Talking about our skin in 2024 is very
Don't do it.
hateful and
Don't
a
do
hate
it.
crime, and now you're
Yeah.
in jail.
Yeah.
Two, thanks for listening.
Yeah. So
I know you're listening again. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
I've got one more thing that I'm going to say about this, and then I'll never talk about it again. I do
Mhm.
not have thin skin, but I do have big bones.
Yeah.
Carrie laughed very hard at that. You guys didn't laugh. Carrie loved that joke. You guys
Well-
didn't seem to like it.
well,
I thought it was
Carrie's-
pretty good.
Carrie's
It's
married
good.
to you. Yeah. It's a good joke, but Carrie's married to you.
I'm going to tell one more quick little thing.
Uh-huh.
We mentioned how Jamal got sexy. His doctor said he got sexy. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
official diagnosis.
hmm
There's a lady in my neighborhood who I talked to. She's a 70-plus-year-old Filipino lady.
hmm
And we always talk about gardening and a lot of we talk a lot. I have lost the 60 pounds in the last couple of months. We were talking about nothing. And she
Mhm.
said, oh, you're really sexy. And I was like, what? And she said, you look really sexy. And commented on my weight loss by saying that I look sexy.
Uh-huh.
So apparently she's a doctor.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm
I've
glad that
been
you told
noticing a
us
lot
what
of
her
people.
race was. That was nice.
I painted a picture.
You did.
Yeah, I got it.
You did. I'm just happy you didn't do the voice that you normally do. So, but yeah, so they're calling you sexy now. So it's beginning.
Yeah.
So this is what's going to happen. I wish I could go through the day without being harassed.
I love this for you guys.
Yeah.
think
Bethany,
it's
having
great.
fun? Not a lot of you the last few minutes here.
You can jump in whenever.
Yeah. I've got nothing to contribute to thin skin or sexiness here.
This is, I think, what the listeners want. 'Cause
Yeah.
You were doing a lot of the stuff that they're asking for, which is Top Chef talk,
Uh-huh.
expert food
I
talk.
could keep talking about Top Chef. Like
That's what they want.
I had a question for
honestly.
you guys. I
Please
was
don't let it
thinking
be
about
about
this
Top
question.
Chef.
I hope. I hope it's
Christ.
not about Top
Wait,
Chef.
don't let it be about Top Chef.
It's not because we can't answer it. It's
Yeah.
because it makes it very complicated for Brian to do the timestamp if we're
Yeah.
talking about Top Chef sporadically throughout the show.
Because he's gonna have to say we talk about it at 19 minutes, at 7 minutes, at 30 minutes. Yeah.
But you know what? Go ahead and ask it. Let's
Yeah,
see
go
if
ahead
we
and
can
ask.
figure it out.
Okay. So of the like quick fire challenges that they do, what is your favorite challenge? Like the mise en place challenge, the tasting challenge,
Taste one.
where they
That's the one.
or
one.
the
I like
The-
the piecemeal challenge where
where
someone
the
has
groups
to, your group has to
one
cook.
person starts,
Yeah.
Oh, that one's cool.
I like
and then
that
the
one.
other person comes in. Yeah. I always
I
like
like-
that one too.
That one's my favorite one.
The
Yeah.
I
blind
don't think they're doing the
challenge
taste
is my
one.
favorite
I don't think
I
they're
know.
gonna do it this season.
The blind tasting.
Yeah, I don't see it happening now. It's way too late in the
Yeah.
game.
They might.
They've done it with 6 people, less, 6 people or less before.
You know what I loved
Um,
one time when they snuck back people's family and loved ones, and they had them cook next to them.
And they didn't
And-
recognize their voice.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was very funny.
That's very sweet.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
that
feel like
was-
if I was in a restaurant cooking and then like someone tried to put my mom there and hide her, as soon as that voice came out, I would be like, "We chef." Like I'd be right back in to be like, "That's definitely my mom," so I have to do what she's saying. Even though I feel like I'm supposed to be the head chef right now.
Yeah.
You'll
I
always be
would-
the sous chef to your mother. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
That's life, baby.
No matter how big you get, you think you're a big boy? Nah,
Like,
you're
this
you,
sous
you're
chef looks-
best
Yeah.
at best. You're saucier when it comes to mom.
Yeah, you
This
turn
sous chef.
putty as soon as she says,
Yeah.
"What's the first?" And you're like, "Oh, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
like, oh, God, not at
I just
work.
have been away from my mommy for so long."
I think it's
How you
always
start
so
talking like this? David,
tough to do those challenges when you don't know who the other person is.
Mhm.
And they did it where it was the Olympians, and then they released the screen,
Oh,
and
I
everyone's
hated
like,
that.
sucked.
I hated that.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
I did
And then
not
when they
like
bring in
that.
guests, like they're like chef, blah blah blah, and everyone's like, cool.
Yeah.
Though
We
like
definitely
Dan
know
tried to
you.
big time people. We're talking about the episode a little bit, so I'm really fucking stuff now. Is when they're like chef blah blah blah, and he was like, okay. And Kristen's like, I see you did something there.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, we're friends. And then he tried to act like he knew him.
Yeah.
When
and
they
he
saw him in
didn't.
the back, and he said,
Oh,
"Your
with the
hair's got-
hair
Your
comment.
hair's got very
Yeah.
long," and he said, "That's what it does," which
That's
is
what it
such a
does.
fucking dickhead thing to say.
Yeah, he was real.
Doesn't fucking know that dude
real
at all.
prickly.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it does that, Dan. My favorite quickfire is the Trolls 2 one. I like any time they advertise
commercial one?
movies
Yeah.
for me. Because it's like it lets me know things that I should buy, things I should go see, how I should live my life. So
I
Those
feel
are
like
always
they
good.
did a Mission Impossible one at one point.
Did they?
And it was like they had to remove, like someone got to take a ingredient away from them. One of the other chefs got to remove one ingredient from the other people to like make their dish impossible to finish or something.
Bethany, we're looking at you.
yeah,
I
don't know
never
why.
remember this.
I don't
That's a
know.
great
Uh-oh.
one.
If
I
they haven't
mean,
done it, hey, Top Chef.
Ethan Hunt
use it.
could definitely,
Yeah.
do some damage in the kitchen.
Yeah. Dead Reckoning. Part
Well, he
2.
would because his gun blows up.
Mhm.
Yeah. This recipe will self-destruct.
Make him fucking turn the whole thing into water.
yeah.
Try to fire his ass. Not on my watch. I'm gonna blow
All
up the
right.
aquarium.
We're at 23 minutes, so let's do Chefs I Prepared for You. This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night and present it as if we're presenting to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a winner, but there will not be voting because voting's done this year. I'll go first. Chefs, I neither prepared or procured. I ate for you because I was at a dinner. And it's not last night. It was tonight. I have to talk about it. I know. Bryan, I know it's lying. I'm doing a thing here.
The integrity.
The integrity's been busted for months.
Jesus. So loud.
I have to take this again.
I'm not editing it. I reached my
Brock-
quota for the episode when I didn't do it 2 weeks ago.
Broccoli cavatelli pasta, snap peas and radish salad with feta.
Sorry.
Snap peas and radish salad with feta and dates, and a pistachio cake with rosehip frosting.
Where
This
was
vegetarian. Yeah. Who-
This was in Southeast DC at friend of the pod and former guest on the pod, Taylor Niffin's apartment. My Herald team had a family dinner,
this?
and she cooked. She made the salad and the pasta. And
You didn't
then,
bring anything.
no, another member brought the cake. Well, I did bring something. I brought cinnamon buns for dessert, bought from Donut Run, and
You really
chocolate chip
phoned this one
cookies. I phoned it in. What are you talking about? Had to go there at 7:30 in the morning to beat the line, to beat the rush.
Oh, it's like a thing.
yeah. phoned it in. You taste one of these next time you're here, and you tell me if I phoned it in, sir.
They're
Sure.
vegan.
Please,
They're
don't
vegan.
Don't make me try a fucking cinnamon. You try one of these. All right.
You can't get 3 bites of it now.
All
Did
right.
she make the cavatappi or cavatelli?
Cavatelli, yes. I think so. Oh, no, make it? I don't know if you made it. By
So the
hand.
broccoli was on it, not like the broccoli wasn't in it, right?
Well, it was more than broccoli also, because it was like a broccoli and peas and something else puree. That was the sauce. That was the
Wow.
sauce.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, it was. It was bomb.com. Can we say that still?
Oof. 2024
Am I allowed to say that still?
in this economy.
It was great. It was a great family meal. We talked, we laughed, we drank, we sang. I put on
Did you sing?
I put on Bruno Mars to make up for the fact that it wasn't at the wedding that we were all at
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. And that played for way too long. Yeah, then I told him about a water issue at my place, and then I had to leave. It was a great family dinner.
Chefs, I procured for you
Yes.
honeymoon chicken. We got a chicken bucket. What's in that bucket? 2 breasts, 2 wings, 2 drums, 2 thighs. Thank you. I'll have one of each.
That's a whole chicken, baby.
So that's 8 pieces?
That's right.
All right.
And then a side of mashed potatoes,
Mashed
And-
potatoes.
slaw. And they gotta throw those buns in there. Those
Mhm.
honey garlic buns with salt on top. That's what we had. It was good. It's delicious. It's close by.
Is this a good idea if you ever have your in-laws be like, and they say, hey, can I help you in the kitchen? Like, yeah, can you make the coleslaw? You can call it coleslaw in law.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was good. It was worth the walk.
What was the coleslaw? I probably asked you this before. What kind? Is it mayo based?
This is a vinegar based one. You know what? Let me.
I like a mayo coleslaw.
I prefer a mayo coleslaw, but this one is vinegar based. You know, just got your cabbage, some peppers. I feel like it has a little bit of spice to it too, which I appreciate because it's like I'm not afraid of that. I don't think I'm afraid of it. I'm not.
Mm.
Throw it in there. Don't even tell me about it.
I don't
Okay.
think you're afraid.
Yeah, I don't think I'm afraid either. That's why I said it.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think you're afraid.
What do you think? I'm afraid?
No, I don't.
Not afraid.
Reeves, I don't think you're afraid.
I'll eat it. I'll eat it right now. I don't know where it is, but
You
I'll
don't
eat it.
have to, Reeves.
Okay,
Get it.
great.
You're not afraid.
Well, I want to because I'm not afraid. Anyway, that's what I had. It was good, tasty.
Brian, what'd you buy?
I'll tell you, chefs. Last night, I know. Last night, my wife procured for me a kava bowl.
No,
Closest kava's 20-minute drive from here, and I was like, kava sounds pretty good. It's 20 minutes away, and she goes, "You order it, I'll get it." You love the you buy, I'll fly scenario. Who doesn't love a you buy, I fly scenario?
Yeah. Do you like it when you're flying?
I like, I can go either way. As long as someone is buying, I'll fly, or if someone is flying, I'll buy.
So you don't like the buy and fly?
No, I love the buy and fly, but also
No, I'm
love the
saying
buy and buy.
you don't like the buy and fly solo. You want a duo team on it. You
Best
don't
case scenario is someone else buys and I fly. That's best case scenario.
Best case scenario. Okay.
Worst case scenario is I buy and I fly. Worst case scenario, not having a good night.
Okay, but what happens if you buy, fly, and die?
Then I will probably what I will do is I'll refer to this is it's better to
Have bought and flown?
than to never have flown at all. It's also better to you shouldn't drink and drive. You should smoke and fly.
so Brian, this is very important, and this is going to be work for you.
Okay.
At the end of that, can you put one of the Seinfeld like inner between scenes like bass sound? So it seems like that's like the end of a Seinfeld scene.
Can I?
Yes.
I can. Will
You
I?
can't.
We'll see.
Okay. I look
All
forward
right.
to it.
And
You
for
guys know
those
what
of
a
you,
cop order is?
yes, we do.
Nah.
I'll just tell you the base. My base is always super greens and then the jasmine rice mixed.
Mm.
Love you get
That's
like a
good.
big
You
chunk
love-
of a Brussels sprouts in there. Ooh, baby.
Ooh.
You love Aladdin.
Huh?
Jasmine
Jasmine.
rice.
Oh
Love
yeah. Treat rat riff rap. I don't buy that. Just a little snack, guys. Pull that shit on my fucking ass.
Bethany?
Okay, chefs, I have prepared for you for brunch a savory Dutch baby
What the?
with a fried egg, radishes, pickled red onions, and a crema salvadoreña. I made hash browns, and then I made the pan au chocolat pastries from Trader Joe's.
Wow. I knew what all of that was.
Yeah. I'm not Googling it. That's not why there's a pause in the podcast. And
Me
some
neither.
dead
I
air.
didn't Google it because I was worried at first, and then
Brian's
I was like,
not on
it
his
looks
phone
tasty.
right now. We all know what pan au chocolat looks like from Trader Joe's.
Mm.
That I know. That I know.
Of course.
What I don't know is the El Dorado sauce.
Salvadoreña. So it's
El
like
Dorado sauce.
the
Wrote down tomato
the
sauce.
it's crema from El Salvador, but I found that I prefer this over. I don't know if I can say this, but I prefer it over the Mexican crema that I've had.
Okay, we're canceled.
Okay, well,
There's just something about the Salvadorian one. It's just so good.
Is it different than just lime squeeze and mayo? Or sour cream, I guess?
I don't know. It's very it's not as thick as sour cream, so it's like easily spreadable,
Huh.
and it's not as tart. It tastes like queso fresco, like, it's got like that, like almost pungentness to it.
How'd you make these hash browns?
I cheated on those too. Those were also Trader Joe's.
They make a good hash brown.
The
Okay.
McDonald's-esque Trader
They do
Joe's
good.
hash browns. Yeah,
They
those
do
are
good.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
allow it. That's
Yeah.
good. You had me scared for a second that you were deep frying potatoes for brunch by yourself, like in there cutting them up and forming them.
No, that would have been cool, but no.
I was like, how don't you have the time for all this? All right.
Baby.
Yeah, it's brunch. Who doesn't have time for brunch? All right.
There's always room for brunch.
Let's sit here for a second and contemplate who won. I have an idea who won.
I have an idea who won.
I think I've got like a half idea of who I think won.
And reminder, we could have two winners.
Yeah, we could have
Yeah.
two winners.
We could.
Or two
Whatever we
losers.
want. We could
Or
have
two losers.
also. We could have two losers. We could have three
Yes.
losers if we wanted
We
to.
have three losers if we want.
Yeah, because there are losers. We give trophies out here,
Yeah.
but you aren't.
Yeah.
Them.
I'm obviously not casting a vote because one, I'm not registered, but two,
Thank God.
voting's done.
It's not doing
Yep.
anymore.
I'm not voting, of course, because I'm not allowed.
But I would say Bethany's won.
Bellin.
I'm also not voting. When it comes to voting, I will write in the little box, Baby Yoda.
Uh-huh.
But if I were gonna vote, and this was still voting times, if it wasn't this, what we're doing these days in America, I would also vote for Bethany. I think.
Yeah, and me too.
And if
Thank
I
you.
was voting twice, because that's what my people do, I would put on the ballot Jokic, because he wins every year.
Dude.
and then
And
I'd
then
say Bethany.
If I were gonna have my grandmother, who's dead, vote, which what Joe Biden does, I think she would first write in Baby Yoda, and then she would vote for Bethany as well.
Reeves, do you have a second one?
You got
Thank
one,
you.
Reeves?
Do I have immunity?
No, we don't do that anymore.
That's a
Yeah, I don't know if you've been
Survivor.
watching. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah, we don't believe in that. Just
We don't
instead
believe
you get
in it anymore.
5G.
$5,000 from Finnish line of products.
Don't talk about that yet. Okay, this is the good land. We'll be right back. All right, Reaves, do you want to do this part?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
back. I'm feeling very strong.
Hey, don't forget to tag in and get some feedback from our guest, because technically she's trying out for third mic. So
holy shit,
Yeah.
Bryan. You hear that? Oh man, he just shrugged his shoulders. Bryan, don't care.
If you're gonna take a shot at the king, don't miss. Don't miss.
Top Chef season 21, episode 9.
Fucking Mandalorian got Grogu on my side. That motherfucker can stop a bullet.
Okay,
Go back
saying
at
a
you.
lot
Don't
of
miss.
Mandalorian stuff this
Don't
episode.
miss.
Someone just watched it.
I'm just thinking about it. He's back there somewhere. I'll get him for you.
We got to get him on Top Chef.
Yeah.
I mean, his name is a tool, right? That they
Yeah.
use in the kitchen.
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Cut you real bad, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got cut on mine once. So this is The Good Land. This is my opinion up front. I like this episode. I thought it was a good episode. I didn't like some of the past episodes they've done this season. This one was good. Topic
Most
interesting.
inspirational
Yeah.
episode for sure.
It had heart to it, and it pushed the chefs. I thought it was good. So we open on the chefs back in the stew room, talking about the war that they just went through.
Yeah.
Oh, God. War is so terrible.
Did
How
I
do we
always...
survive?
Did anyone... Have I missed that Manny has a bar ear tattoo this entire season?
He has a what?
He has like a not a tattoo, a piercing in his ear with like
He got his nose pierced, too.
Yeah, but he's got
During
the bar
filming.
between two different spots in his ear, and I was like, have I not seen that all season?
Is that called an industrial? Is it an industrial?
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is.
That
called.
seems painful.
Look,
I
who used to
think-
be into punk rock.
I think you only sometimes see it because Tom always makes him take it out. When Tom's around, he says, get that shit out of your ear.
He does that to me too when I hang out with him. He's like, get that shit out of your ear. He's like, put this do-rag on.
So Manny feels responsible for the death of Kalina. He said, it should have been me.
Yeah.
I should have taken that shot. But instead, she got sent home. And, Danny, to make him feel better, said, listen, they could have sent 2 people home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they chose not to.
They kept saying that a lot. I don't know why. They kept saying could send 2 people home. They really reminded us a lot of that for some reason.
Hit that this episode. Bethany, feel free to jump in whenever you want.
Sure. Yeah, I was really sick of them just constantly bringing up that aspect of like this empty threat, and it just felt like it didn't have any weight. Just like, anytime we could send 2 people home, and you would think that Restaurant Wars, would be the apt time to do it, but they decided to just do Kalina, and then she just had a hard time, coming back from that. So.
I'm telling you, I think Tom is rigging his actual show that he cares about. He's playing he's like, let's not do 2 this time. I just had a mix up where I had to do 2 people and pull one. Someone quit. Let's do 1 this time, and then next week, like really hammer home the 2, because then I'm going to have a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're obviously getting closer to the end too, so you have to start strategically thinking like who's going to get the plane flights to go to I don't even know where the destination finale is this year.
Neither do I.
Said?
Nope.
I think it's
I remember
Milwaukee.
Gail posting of where she was from at the time when they were like, "We're here shooting the finale."
I do remember where that was.
Let me guess.
Dubai.
No. My guess is France.
Why would they go back to France? We were just there.
They were like,
We were just there.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Or maybe they got a good rate. Maybe they went back there because they knew if they go back within the year, they get a better rate.
And they get to double the points, right?
Yeah, you get the points. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're going back to France, which means
special.
that somehow Kevin's going to come back, I guess.
Yeah, Kevin will pop up. He's like, listen, I was the finalist. Did you remember?
Yes.
Savannah has a war mirror.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of what she thinks is going to happen at challenges, things like that. And it is a mirror that she has written on in marker.
Mm-hmm.
It did have cranberries written on it, and
kind of unfair.
A little bit of a guide of what she would do with cranberries.
It's kind of unfair. She's pulling the sources of energy around her, and she's playing with magic that we don't know about. We don't know the powers of this kind of magic, and she's toying with stuff that's pretty dangerous. So
she had also read the book of one of the chefs that presented. So she was like, she really did her homework and was really prepared to be in Wisconsin. Like, I looked at her mirror, and she had next week's episode written on there too. So she's really predicting a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it said Trump 2024 also.
I saw that. I saw one that said RFK Jr. for president. Obama citizen question mark.
It said worm brain, which doesn't. That's all she got. Like she was like, I'm seeing RFK and I'm seeing a worm and a brain. Because she's a soothsayer, and like Jamal was hinting at, she does dabble in the dark arts.
Yeah. Well, she has this kind of like magical power where she can see into the future, and then it creates this little glass thing that she can then show people of what their future looks like, and people just don't like it.
Which house do you think she's in? Think she's Slytherin? Think she's Gryffindor?
She's Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw? You think she's that?
Yeah. She's very smart. She doesn't have that much of an outward personality. Like, she's not like a Shota or something.
Oh,
you know.
Who is a Shota? You know.
I'll tell you how she should be in a big house. You do dark magic, you go to jail.
We should have Savannah on the show and ask her what house she's in. See if she's already sorted something.
I'd love that.
I bet she would love that question.
Let's have her on. You know who would love that question? Amanda.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amanda would.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Amanda would probably also want to know, like we'd have to guess which Pokemon character she is too.
Bulbasaur.
And then if we guessed wrong,
Snorlax,
she'd ask us, okay, walk me through your process as to why you thought I was that.
Because it's the only one that I know.
Okay, so the chefs show up at the Top Chef kitchen.
And I'm Pikachu, so you're not Pikachu. Gotta be the other
one.
No,
I am Pikachu. And who is there frickin' in a pool of cranberries? It's Kristen, Tom, and Gail.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking.
Why are they there?
Why are they there? Well, frickin' the stakes are getting raised.
The game
Bryan.
is changing.
The game has changed again. Just when you thought you got the game, we change it. Okay.
Change it again.
No, I'm not into this. It feels like because it's happening exactly at the halfway point, maybe it is strategic and they were always planning on doing it. It does feel like a move where they're kind of babysitting the chefs right now. Like they're all of a sudden being like, you're not at the caliber that we thought you would be or could be by this point. So we need to come in and evaluate on your quick fire, and that's going to affect your elimination. Like this has never happened before. No. And it feels like we're getting this at a time where we're getting some of the weakest chefs that have come through Top Chef, and it just feels like babysitting, and I didn't care for the move.
I think I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's freaking Game of Thrones, and Tom is pissed at Kristen. He's slowly moving in on her territory. He's sending more people back from his own show over to her, throwing them over the fence. Yeah, White Walkers are going over there.
Littlefinger.
Mm-hmm.
I think, here's my hypothesis, is that they don't think that Kristen's doing a good job.
Yeah.
So they're in there to like, well, we're here to do this, but it's like, oh, she's kind of struggling. We're kind of, she was here by herself in this cranberry. She'd be drowning. We're here to hold her up, but the game is changing. It's producer fuckery, is what it is.
Totally.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah, Kristen isn't a producer, right?
No,
she's what?
She's
Kristen is not a producer, but Gail and Tom obviously are producers,
and
Padma was a producer.
Yes, my guess is that they're worried that it's not going well. And they are like, oh, we have to step in there to give like the face that people want to see. Like they want Tom, they want Gail, they want Gail and waiters, they want Tom and waiters.
Which, if they think it's not going well, they're clearly not listening to this podcast weekly because it's going well. I mean, just ask some of the reviews we've gotten.
Just ask our fans. So just to quickly go over it, the change here: Tom and Gail will be present for all quick fires
Oh, boy.
addition, new rule implement. New rules.
Dun, 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 dun.
While the contestants' elimination challenge dishes still determine who will be eligible to be sent home, their quickfire dishes will now be factored in to the elimination decision.
Which kind of feels like a teacher telling you, "Hey, so those of you who are borderline grades, we'll be factoring in those who did the extra credit. However well you did the extra credit, that might push your grade forward or not. We'll see."
But unlike extra credit, where it's only going to help you, this could actually hurt you and affect you negatively if you don't do well. And I just think I feel like if I were to go on Top Chef, I would never treat quick fires like I would still try my hardest. And I don't know when this started to happen where people just start like not trying that hard in quick fires, because it's like, why would, like, even with elimination off the table, like, why wouldn't you want to try to do well?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to cook your best you could? Because this is like your warm up also for the elimination.
Exactly.
So like,
and this is getting the juices flowing, and this is getting your mentally and physically ready for the elimination. I just don't know why you would want to not try that hard at it. But
I think this is what, going back to what you said, this is them being like, these chefs aren't where we need them to be.
Yeah.
Not for where they should be for after Restaurant Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that one, it should have definitely been, it should have been not as close as it was.
Yeah.
I just hate that they introduced this new thing and then that episode it comes into play. It's like the most heavy-handed written fake reality TV shit of all time. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Like, here's this thing, it's new, and then like, oh, I guess we have to use it. It's like, cool, yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, and then I know we'll talk about this later, but them having to then describe the quick fire dishes to the guest judges was like,
oh yeah, that was
what
really
a waste of time.
Like,
they didn't care.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, they did. No, did it suck?
They're like, oh, all right, fine.
Oh, I wasn't invited for that. Cool. And the fuck, I would have loved to have that. Sounds.
Is there
good.
any leftovers?
Yeah.
Do you have any left? Can I try it? No. Okay.
I'll be shocked if Tom is actually at the every quickfire from here on out.
He said he's gonna be.
I will be shocked.
Well, knowing him, that guy's weak. Tom.
One of these quickfires is going to be a fishing day.
Yeah,
it's got to be. I mean, we got to get him. Well, we are doing the fish boil next week, so there's got to be some sort of
if they don't
Tom
go fishing.
Unbridled on a boat somewhere.
He doesn't like going to the kitchen.
Unless it's with the lights lower and
unless it's his show. His solo
unless he
show.
Can drive a BMW there.
Yeah, he doesn't like going to the Top Chef kitchen. He only wants to be there when it's his. He's the only one on.
He says there's a weird smell there. He can't describe it what it is. He's like, it's like a weird smell. I can't like say. It's like sort of like it kind of smells like it's like a rotten thing, but also not. It's sort of floral too. He just can't like name it.
Yeah, he made them like do a deep clean on it and like get rid of everything, gut the whole place out. And he came back and he's like, I still smell it.
I still smell it.
I'm sorry.
No one else smells it. No one else smells it.
Then, I can't come back here. I still smell it. But you guys can come here. I don't know, but it seems dangerous.
One of the DPs is like, is it your upper lip? He was fired immediately.
Damn, yeah.
Speaking of cleaning, it had that. I know this is going back to last episode, but it had me thinking with that the finish line of the products. Where's that? No, that's not this one. That was another challenge. I really wanted to see the chefs clean and cook for the PAs. Like, I want us to have a time where the PAs get to be treated well.
Yeah,
and I really thought we were going to do that. I don't know. I'm just very hung up on that.
That would have been a great Restaurant Wars. Hey, PAs, take off your equipment.
Oh, I didn't even think about for Restaurant Wars, but like making a family meal for the PAs.
Just these big union fucking gaffers.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about the food that's being prepared by the people you have to film for hours at a time away from your family?
Hey, you got any ketchup? Is there any ketchup for this?
The steak, it's pink. It needs to be gray. You didn't finish cooking it. Take it back.
Yeah, I don't have a
but
ketchup.
I need like 10 more orders of it before I get. I feel like I'm filled up, man. This is a little tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have.
And then
ketchup.
you'd have to get a separate crew to film them being filmed while they're eting. So
and then you got to feed them too. Then you got to bring in a Godzilla to take care of Mothra.
What if
it's crazy?
What if they just get Tom, Kristen, and Gail on their phones filming them cooking and eating the food instead. And they're like, yeah, not so easy, is it?
Yeah. They put everybody to work.
Yeah, but everyone to work. Get their opinions for once.
So the quick fire here is they got to cook with cranberries. They got 30
We're
minutes.
talking a lot of Top Chef. I like it.
It's good.
I'll keep you guys honest.
I want to talk about Laura's dish. It did look like cat food. It looked gross.
It looked so bad.
It made me sick to look at it, and I was glad
was
she was at the bottom. Yeah.
When they showed it again at the end, I was like, "Oh, go home! You're going home."
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It looks scary.
It was the ground walnuts in there. And I'm surprised that she made that mistake because this is a dish that is, classic to, her husband's background. And I know she's made it a bunch. And so it's interesting that I don't know if the cranberries changed the texture from the pomegranates, but it was grainy. It just looked gross. Yeah. You're right.
Can we go back and play Tom's joke of the week?
Yeah.
Happens already? Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the end of the episode.
Cranberries, they can be tough to work with, but you can play off that tartness and do something really creative and fun. Just don't get bogged down.
That was a great one. She really is the best audience. All right, so the
I just want you guys to know that guy will be at every quickfire going forward. So
yeah, he's not happy.
They did have to cut out Gail really screaming at Kristen about shut the fuck up, don't encourage him.
I just love the Foley guy, the guy who's making the music for the episode. Just hearing the joke, he's like, been waiting to fucking bust out the bad symbol for that.
Yeah.
Get the dust off this bad boy. There we go. Bong.
In the episode when they try Laura's dish, I think Tom just says thanks and they move on. They don't give any feedback.
He did his classic, thanks, and he didn't even remove his glasses. He kept his glasses on and just went to the next table. I do miss Padma doing the quick fires because I loved her classic. I'll just eat with a knife or a spoon. I'll never use a fork when I eat the plates. And I did notice everyone was using a fork, and we didn't have any interesting use of cutlery. So I kind of missed that.
Come on, Kish, you got to get on this.
I know, miss her.
Yeah.
Danny wins. He did cranberry poached sea bass with cranberry.
This is good for your team.
Yeah, that's good for me. Danny is very successful. Any other thoughts on the quickfire before we move on?
I thought it was a bold choice of him to juice the cranberries, like they said. Everybody else was, just cooking them down, but he was really juicing them. And I really wanted to try this. It sounds like what an interesting way of doing a cranberry butter that you're then poaching the fish in. And I bet it was very tart, but also very unctuous. It looked great. It looked really delicious.
I don't think we've ever had a guest say unctuous, have we?
Not that we kept in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bryan, keep that in. Keep that in.
I will say that they didn't eat Amanda's cake, it seemed. She was like, they even eat the cake? And the guy was like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know.
Well, as they're eating it, that was one of the questions. They said, what's in the cranberry sauce? And then
she said cranberry sauce.
Yeah. More cranberries.
And what did you make your cranberry sauce out of? Oh, it's cranberry sauce.
It's cranberries. It's just the stuff you guys were standing in earlier.
But what else is it? It's cranberries.
It's cranberries.
There's salt, question. I think, in there too.
I did like Sue's answer to do you ever cook with cranberries or do you ever eat cranberries? And he's like, actually, I just really like the canned stuff. It was a very honest answer because I think a lot of us can relate to that.
Yeah.
But he's also safe. I don't know if you guys caught in this episode, it comes up a little bit after this, but we get Sue's origin story, and I was like, oh, he's not going anywhere this episode. Yeah. The person who they introduced slow rolled in Last Chance Kitchen, and it was obvious that he was going to be in the show. He finally gets his origin story. He's not leaving this episode.
Mm-mm.
We got a lot of origin stories this week. Yeah. We learned a lot about the chefs, and we had a very intimate moment. I know this is jumping ahead a bit. We had a very intimate moment where Manny cooks dinner for everybody, and we hadn't seen that at all.
Nope.
Any sort of camaraderie like that in the house. And it's just interesting that midway point, we're now getting Gail and Tom in the kitchen for quick fires, and it feels like a punishment that they're all getting along, and they're talking about intimate details of each other's lives about each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why haven't we learned about some of this before?
Yeah, I thought it was really beautiful that the producers realized that they fucked up and they didn't get enough information on the contestants ahead of time, so they staged them do this, dinner of some kind, and then forced them
you
to
tell
say
your
stuff
story.
about
You tell
themselves.
your story.
Now you,
Yeah.
now you, now
Yeah.
you, now you.
And
Pointing
then
Get
at
out of
like-
here.
Sue's like, I got beat. And
Yeah.
then Amanda's like, well, I can't fucking go now. My I had a great childhood. Fuck you, Sue. I can't say anything. No, I don't want to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to share mine. Amanda. No. I told you I wanted to go first.
Laura talks about how she has like a whistle call for her husband.
She doesn't talk about it. Savannah was the one that brought it up.
Yeah.
It seemed like Laura was like,
And-
what are you talking about?
I told you that in confidence.
She's like, and it's not a whistle. I scream at him.
Yeah.
I thought that was sweet that it was something that Savannah is like talking about Laura, but maybe Laura didn't want to talk about it. I don't know, but
She wasn't into it. She was like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking
yeah, I
about?
guess we did do that. Yeah.
Stop it.
After filming ended, like she like grabbed her arm and pulled her aside. Don't you ever fucking say that about me. When the cameras are on, don't you ever fucking talk about me again.
What I tell you
End you.
is between you and I.
Yeah.
Don't we tell everyone how you hit the hobo one night in your car? Kept going. I didn't tell anybody that.
I didn't tell anyone that.
I didn't tell
But I
anyone
could.
what you did
Maybe
last
I will.
summer.
Maybe I will. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. Sleep tight.
He doesn't have
fine.
family, you said. No one loves him. You said that. What happens next?
So the elimination challenge, the contestants were tasked with cooking their own modern dishes incorporating indigenous ingredients and they were prohibited from using anything outside North America. That includes dairy, wheat flour, cane sugar, pork, beef, and chicken.
That's how I cook. All North America in this kitchen.
Cook a lot of chicken, though.
No, Bryan. That's quail. It's not chicken.
So all the times you were saying chicken, you meant quail?
Dan quail.
Dan,
So-
babe.
It's mostly you can't use butter is like the main like that's the whole like that's
Yeah.
what they're like shit. You can't use
and
butter.
I think a big thing was for them finding sources of acid.
Yes.
They didn't have lemons.
Oh yeah.
And
They all
so they
use
had
that
to
berry.
resort to using sumac and a lot of the berries, which is a little bit different for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Not
When
not for one of them with a magic wand.
Yeah, someone pulled it out. So they sat down for indigenous meal, which was very nice. Kristen put everyone on blast by asking if they've ever been to a Native American restaurant. No one has.
Perfect
She goes,
dinner
oh, that's
talk."
interesting. That's interesting. I
Perfect
have, but
dinner
I guess
talk.
no one else here has. That's interesting. It's so interesting.
Have you guys heard of one?
I have not.
I have
am-
not.
I would love to go, but I
I'd
haven't
love
heard
to
of one.
go.
Yeah,
I
show
was
me where it is.
curious if there was any in the area because it sounds. Oh, aside from the Native American Museum, but
Yeah.
I've had food there, but I haven't been to an actual restaurant.
I think legitimately that's what got me buying bison. I had lunch at the Native American Museum and they have bison
It's
burgers.
legit.
And it was very tasty.
I'd buy his book, Sean Sherman. He's got the indigenous cooking book.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'd buy it. Looks good.
Got a long braid too.
Savannah relied on it too. So
Yeah, braid's super long.
He's been a Jedi for some time.
Grogu.
Hmm.
Yeah, is that okay?
Probably not.
But you'll leave it in because you don't edit. So.
It's either that or put in the Seinfeld song. You make up your mind. Not doing both.
Hey, that'll get us bumped off of Spotify, so that kind of does the
Yep.
problem there. So next day, the chefs they go hang out in the loft. We talk about this. Talk about the American dream. Oh, so the thing here is they don't have to go to Whole Foods, pick out ingredients or anything
No
like
shopping
that.
run.
They just
It's
go
all in the
back.
pantry.
They go back to the pantry the next day. They look at it and they figure out what they're going to
They go through a mosh pit.
Mm.
And then Savannah goes, when they're asking, what are you making? Well, I'm basically
What
making
inspired your dish?
all of the stuff that was left over.
Very funny. Very funny.
But she was the one that was taking the most diligent notes and asking how to create the cake and the temperature and everything. And then she just says, "Oh, I was just inspired what was left over." It was like
no one
clearly
Playing it
it's
up.
buy her
Yeah.
all of the food and the
You
cake.
knew they weren't
She's
going to make a
playing it up.
dessert.
She's just like being like, "Oh, it's not any good. It sucks, right? I don't have anything to use."
Oh, no one's using these vegetables? Okay, I guess I'll make something with this.
Sue is making wild rice gnocchi. This is kind of a running problem throughout, which sorts itself out. It looks like the texture isn't going to hold up. It does. He uses a duck egg.
He puts duck eggs in it.
He does the duck egg.
Yeah.
That works very well. I like that Dan goes. Well, we see him going crazy with a cleaver, which is a little disturbing. It's going real chop crazy. But he's using sunflowers.
He's turning really sunflowers.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
never
like
knew
an
this.
artichoke.
He said
Did an-
sunflowers in the artichoke family.
Yeah, did anybody know that?
No.
Yes.
I
That
absolutely
was
didn't.
gorgeous. Yeah. Now I want to find a place that has sunflowers on the menu.
I did not like that we got Dan showing us how hard it was to clear off those, what are they, the pits?
Mm-hmm.
The hearts.
The hearts. And then he serves his meal. And they all go, "Oh my God, it was so tasty. I'm so glad he did that." And Tom goes, they're so hard to clean. I was
No
like,
idea.
shut up.
No
You
idea.
had no idea what
He's
that
never
was.
done that. He's never done that.
You've
So
never done this. Acting like he's been doing
can't
it
even
for
show you.
years.
So hard.
Fuck
Yeah, I
outta
would do it.
here.
I do it all the time. It's hard. It's hard. It's
Oh,
hard. You use a curved knife though.
I hated that
It's
when
like
he did that.
it's like a curved thing. Why was but I've done it. So the judges show up. They're ready to eat. So it was something I did like before this. Tom shows up to do his walkthrough, of course, and he asks Amanda, "Do you like what I changed about the quick fires? Did you like that? The rule change that I made? You think it was cool? You didn't say anything about it. No one said anything, but I thought it was pretty.
You had
Did
a
you like
bad
it?
dish today, so did you think about it?
You and did you like the thing that I did? People are
You-
talking. People say it's good.
You and Laura had a bad dish, if I remember. Yeah. Well, all right. Good luck.
Have fun. So I'll see you guys at the judges table.
I guess I'll head out of here, guys. See you guys later, I guess. Cool.
And then
All right.
he got in her head so much, Amanda's dish made Tom say, "Holy alliteration, Batman."
Yeah,
Oh.
He did say that. Yeah.
he did. This was for the elk tartar, I guess.
Slash taco slash.
Slash.
Tatar tataki taco.
Yes.
With confit
Which if that's what you would did, that sounds fun, and they would love that. If they were like, if she was like, "This is my tatar-tataki taco," they'd be like, "Oh wow!" But since they
Nice.
figured it out, they're like,
Yeah.
"What is she doing? She didn't know what she's doing." Speaking of too many ingredients,
Yeah, should we talk about Laura
Laura
Oh my goodness.
and her duck tamale wrapped in mustard greens and a million other fucking things?
is basically like, there's one of everything back here. I'm just gonna put it on
Good
the plate.
lord.
Mm-hmm.
it looked
Yeah.
like
It
a
was
bad
like-
version of Danny's thing that he did a few weeks ago with like the
Yeah.
green circle thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, a yucky version of that. The thing that he stole from someone, apparently, as people are saying on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We all think alike. We all have parallel thinking.
Apparently, it was like created at the restaurant he was working at, and like everyone else, like that's what happens at these shows. Like everyone is doing the same thing, but one
Yeah.
person was like, we did that together," sort of thing. But
Oh my
whatever. It looked
God.
like a bad version of that.
I think if she had just stopped at just making a tamale, she probably would have just been in the middle.
Yeah.
But then she's adding the set. Then she's adding like all the other fruit and everything. And it just like they said, it just like everything lost any sort of purpose.
There's a mush,
And-
a soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just even looked cluttered on the plate. Like it just, and I think that's a big theme of the chefs this season is that they don't Coco Chanel themselves. Like you just need to take away one element. And I just feel like everybody's overdoing it.
They're overthinking.
They're scared.
I think
Yeah. They're
every
just adding
time
way
they
too much
yeah.
stuff.
every time they change something, they get the chefs to start overthinking. And today they changed this rule, and they got everyone, especially the ones who did poorly on the quickfire, got them super overthinking for the finale. I mean, for the elimination.
So let's skip to the judges' table here. We got on the top, we got Savannah, Sue, and Dan. Savannah, of course, did the squash and maple jelly cake with
Kristen
berries and jelly.
swore when she bit. She couldn't help but swear before
Oh,
like
yeah.
Savannah left. She was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, she gone?" And they're like, "She's gone." Holy
Holy
shit! Right?
Fuck, that's good,
Are
dog.
you guys fucking eating this shit? Fuck.
It was the first time that we saw like total group consensus for something positive. We'd seen total group consensus for something like truly negative.
Yeah.
But this was the first time they're like, honestly, no notes. Like, we obviously know. It probably was the same way that it went down during the right challenge, where it was so obvious that Danny and Rastika were going to win. I think it was one of those where it was like, this episode, it was like, oh God, it's so obvious she's going to win.
The one with the mirror and all the note taking is going to win.
Yep.
They did love Dan's, though. They loved, Kristen said that Dan used foam, which Dan, never tell anyone this. If you prepare me food
don't tell
and
me
it has
spit.
foam and you say, my wife calls it spit. Don't do that ever again.
Now that's what it looks like for me.
Yeah.
I just ate spit. This is spit. Oh, no, it's foam. Well, it looks like spit.
It looks like spit now to me. And now I'm thinking, oh, wow, this spit finally works. This is the first time I've had spit in a meal, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I can't get that out of my head. Now I'm spitting on my food all the time.
Now I like spit, okay? Apparently I like spit now. It's a thing, all right? I've asked my partner to spit in my mouth, my face, and that's what I'm into now. So thank you for that.
It is a gateway.
Visibly disgusted the guest with that. Okay, so the winner here is Savannah, of course.
Yeah.
I do. Can I bring up Sue's presentation of the wild rice, quote unquote, gnocchi?
Yes.
So this is the first. So he says gnocchi, and Gail immediately goes, "Are you sure you want to call it gnocchi?" She gives him an out. Have we ever seen that before, where she gives they get an out? Because normally they're judged so harshly on using the wrong terminology. Like, if he hadn't called it a gnocchi, we would have loved it. But they gave him the out. He called it a dumpling instead, and they were like, "We love it." I just can't remember this softness before.
Did they do it for Kevin's risotto?
No, he called it a risotto.
They were like,
no. Well, they doubled down on calling it.
They were like, it's not really risotto. There was something where they were like, it's not really that. But then he doubled down on it.
Yeah,
and he was like, no, this is risotto. I'm French and Italian. I made risotto.
This is how we make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, cheese for brains. This is your risotto, then fine. We'll judge it as that.
She was like, yeah, do you want to call it this? How about he's like, dumpling. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue.
Now it tastes good.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, now that we can think about it as a dumpling, it's a much better dish.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what changed in this moment. And that's why, again, it feels like they're being soft, maybe softer on these.
No,
they
I
love
this.
Sue. They love
Sue.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Boy.
He's literally been handheld into this show.
Yeah.
And now he's being handheld at judges' table.
He's Tom's hand-picked
if he is not in the finals,
he is 100%.
I mean, I assume he's in the finals.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he'll win.
He did not leave his honeymoon early.
Exactly.
Exactly. Not make it to the finals. Like, his wife wouldn't have that.
I'm pretty sure he said beforehand, "You want me to come in through Last Chance Kitchen?"
Yeah.
Am I going to get to the finals? And Tom said, "Yeah, I can guarantee you into the finals."
Handshake under the table. Handshake.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And it was an easy ask because he's coming from Chicago, so it's not like he's flying from California.
He drove there.
It's an hour away.
Yeah, he drove.
Yeah,
super quick.
He took a train.
He took a bus.
He took the new bullet train.
He
took
Greyhound
10 minutes.
Picked him up. $45 round trip Greyhound.
Yeah. He did
sat next to some weirdo the whole time. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Packed his red pants and
I used to be a
got
golf
to
guy.
Milwaukee.
Yeah. He did quick fire challenges on the Greyhound.
buses.
Yeah.
He's like, "You ever seen that movie Trains, Planes, and Automobiles?" It's a pretty good movie, right?
They're pretty
It's
good.
a lot of fun.
Where are you going?
Tom Candy really
I don't
didn't.
know. I'm going to take this back, actually.
He's like, "Do you watch Top Chef?" And they're like, "No, I don't." He's like,
"Yeah, I do. It's that show where they where the guy's the one really good chef from Japan." They're like, "No,
that's completely different."
So on the bottom here we have Amanda, Laura, and Michelle.
Which I was surprised, but she overcooked the rabbit after being told, "Don't overcook the rabbit."
She said it herself. She was like,
she said it herself.
Literally.
She first said, "This is perfect. I'm going to put it in the oven to crisp it up." Totally forgets about it.
Yeah.
It's dried out, and it's you
it
just said it was perfect.
Yeah,
the rabbit's perfect. Let me fuck it up real quick. And then I'll send it to the judges.
Yeah, and we'll be right back after this.
One more thing to do. Let me fuck
she
this
didn't
up.
just put it in any oven; she put it in a pizza oven.
She
Which
put
I'm
it
like,
in the wood
that
with the fire.
Notoriously
Cooks in
will
seconds.
notoriously
Fire.
is ridiculously hot. Like, if anything, she should put it in for a second, pulled out. It was like, okay, now it's perfect.
She should have pulled out like ashes. Oh, fuck, I really fucked this up.
I also thought it was interesting in how the chefs also said it was so oversalted that they couldn't get the smoke. Like, they were very strict on the smoke element. And I thought Michelle definitely would have crushed the smoking element. But I guess these chefs are just used to greater amounts of smoke and whatever. I don't know.
I wondered if it was like a palate thing because you have to oversalt these things for the Top Chef judges. So it's like you have to oversalt everything. Yeah. And I wonder if they're like, this is too salty for the judges, because no one else said anything else to it. No one else responded to that at all. No one agreed or disagreed. Oh, you think so?
Yeah, but they definitely these chefs definitely commented on like, we're not getting this smoke element that we were told we were going to be getting, and that happened with Amanda's as well.
We saw her do it. She did it oak.
Yeah, she did oak. Smoke. Yeah, and she said she doesn't normally use oak, right? Or does she?
But she does smoke lots of things.
Yeah, she does smoke a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Food wise.
Right. But she did have trouble starting the lighter. That was a cute moment between her and Sue.
Mm-hmm. He did it really easily. He was like, oh, you mean the button that turns it on?
It was just cute. I liked it.
As they're leaving, Laura whispers, it's going to be me. And she's right.
She does the Justin
Timberlake. She's not alone.
Yeah. Let's listen to the elimination.
Laura and Amanda, please pack your knives and go.
Thank you.
Now that could have been delivered.
Thank you, chef.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you,
See you Last Chance Kitchen.
Thank you. See you soon. Thank you, chefs.
This is very long. We have to listen to the whole thing.
You know, of course, the emotion is happening.
Do we cut it now?
Circumstances make you push in a different level. It's intense.
You know what we don't hear here is Kristen kind of stands up and gets right in Tom's face and says, "Take that shit back. Take that shit back. Don't throw this shit over to me. You take that back.
Yeah.
Take 2 back with you. Don't send 2 back again. Don't do that shit again. You take it back."
I was thinking this episode, sorry, just to come back to this episode. I don't know what's with the editors this season. I always love a good handshake after you get kicked off. I hate when people walk away and don't shake the chef's hands. And I feel like we did see it in this episode, but I know Kalina for a fact did not shake their hands after Restaurant Wars. And I feel like we haven't seen a lot of the like, thank you for this opportunity, like, you know, what you're supposed to do. So I like when it happens.
When they're like, can I shake your hand? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We'll see you in Last Chance Kitchen.
Don't murder me, right?
I would love to be eliminated from Top Chef and do the handshake thing, but bring out my own little hand sanitizer, and each person I shake hands with, I gotta put hand sanitizer
and make them do it too. Squirt it on their hand.
Yeah, put it on their hand too. Like, no, you rub it together. Let's shake hands. Okay, next person, put it down. Just draw it out as long as possible. I'd love to do that.
So someone's cooking. Last Chance Kitchen.
I didn't watch it.
Did anybody watch it?
I did watch it.
I will watch. You guys said it was good, so I will watch it.
Yeah. I watched the first part of it, then I was like, Tom, this is a 2-parter.
I thought it was awesome.
It's a 2-parter.
But it got in that magical thing that we love, the Mise en Place challenge.
Mise en Place challenge.
I'll go watch that.
I think the nice thing about it. Go ahead.
I'm thinking. No timer was set. How long do we think it takes to do 5 ingredients? And it wasn't like a few ingredients. Like Kevin had to shuck and
12 ears of corn.
12 ears of corn and totally take it off the husk. Like
yeah.
And then he's
peel and slice 1 quart of mushrooms. Chickens? Break down 4 chickens. Dice 6 onions. Peel 4 heads of garlic. 4. Peel 4 heads of garlic.
Like, how long is this taking?
Are these even equal? I mean, separate 18 eggs? Isn't that a little bit longer than some of these? Supreme 6 lemons, 6 oranges.
How long does it take to pick 3 bunches of parsley? You just grab it off the wall. 1, 2, 3. Right? Here's 1. There's 2. There's 3.
That's how you
the kale one was obviously markedly easier than doing the 12 ears of corn. I was like, that is insane.
D rib and chiffonade, 3 bunches of kale. Brunoise, 3 bell peppers.
Amanda was having a good time because she clearly knew what she was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of giggly the whole time, which was nice.
Great.
And I think she was
cheese.
mentally prepared for it too, because she knew it was the mise en place challenge. And so she's like, supreme all day. I'm just going to get all the citrus and just supreme the hell out of them.
Yeah.
And even though go ahead.
I was going to say she had met with Savannah before she got sent home to know what the challenge was going to be.
Yeah.
She of course brought her a lock of her hair.
Yeah. She also said, "Why don't you wear this Supreme jacket?" When wink, wink. And use that.
Let me look at the board. Just let me look at the board a little bit.
Yeah, just tote on this Supreme shirt.
Does the board have
let it guide you.
It was pretty impressive that
citizen.
Kevin only really lost by a few seconds.
Yeah. 4 chickens.
And break down 4 chickens.
12 ears of corn.
You'll never be geese and make them cry.
So that's it. Amanda and Laura win. Kevin, he's gone. Bye-bye, Kevin. Back to France or Austin, Texas.
That's the episode.
That's the episode, baby.
Let's talk about the Fantasy League standings, because right now your boy is in the lead with 67.5 points, with a comfortable gap over Reaves, who has 55.5. And Bryan is in third place with 42.5 points.
I smell a comeback.
Feels like it's going to happen.
I mean, Sue's on my team, so I have someone who's giving me points all the way to the finals. So he'll be good. And I got all those points before he was even in the show, technically, because he was in Last Chance Kitchen for 5 weeks. It was great.
Real fair. These rules make sense.
Yeah, they do. Well, Bethany, this has been the most we've talked about Top Chef in 2 years on one episode. We thank you so much for coming. Is there anything you want to plug?
Nope, no plugs for me.
Wow, and no plugs. So humble. Such a wealth of knowledge.
Keep watching Top Chef. That's the
Yeah,
plug.
please. Yeah,
always,
keep watching Top
always
Chef.
Always watch Top Chef. And you know what? You can go back and catch up on all these great episodes. This isn't even a paid promotion. This just go back to Paramount and
Paramount.
Rewatch all the
mean
old
Peacock?
episodes.
I don't know if we're allowed to talk
I'm sorry,
about Paramount.
Peacock. Oh my God, it is Peacock.
Yeah, we almost got
we love
big
Peacock,
trouble.
though.
Yeah,
Peacock is great.
Brian, take out the Paramount thing and
please.
leave in the Peacock thing.
Peacock.
All right, I'm writing a note.
Yeah, because we will get fined for that.
Great app. It always works. It's never slow. And
This was great.
What is everyone's favorite season?
Oh boy, this definitely isn't season 7 that we were just on, because that was a snooze.
Oh, season 7's awful.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate season 7.
I think mine might be when the Voltaggio brothers are in at the same time.
6, baby.
I think that was my.
Yeah.
Because isn't also Dale back in that one?
Dale
Talbot?
was in.
Was he in 7?
No, he was in 3 and 8 because he was in the All Stars, right?
Oh, that's why. Because we were just about to do 8. So
yeah, and
that's
season 5. No, season 5 he's in because that's where he throws the chair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
I'll tell
why
you what
I was
it's not.
excited. What?
It's not Bloodline season. The Bloodline season, it doesn't make any sense. They come back, they bring in new people who are their cousins mostly, and then they like realize very early on they have like male female contestants paired together to like jumble and mix the teams up. So you're facing your bloodlines. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was ill conceived and it's
why don't I remember this?
Fault.
Yeah, they had to like go back and like retcon the whole thing, and it like didn't really make any sense. But we got to see like Abram's brother, which was like pretty cool.
I do like the beginning of one of the
CT
seasons.
came back with DM Sister, a really beautiful moment.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, pulled at my heartstrings. I like Boston. Boston's my favorite season.
12.
And Seattle is good too.
I do
Seattle's
like one
good.
of the seasons where they start off in a quickfire and Tom sends someone home immediately.
Love it. I mean,
that
they
New
didn't even
York?
put.
Is that New York?
I don't think we've done that one yet.
It's a newer one, I think.
Yeah, it is. But he like sends someone home immediately, and they were like, "Are you serious?" He was like, "Yeah, bye."
They're not even in New York. Are they like in New Jersey looking at New York, and they like can't do an apple, so
Yeah.
it sends them home?
Yeah, they're like, "Bye."
I don't
why
even know
aren't
if they
doing
made
that?
the credits.
Yeah,
Like the opening, like montage.
he was like, "I literally just got off the plane." Yeah, and you shouldn't have packed your knives. I thought that was great.
Yeah, that was good.
Probably ruined that person's cooking career.
Oh, I think you Google them; they just don't exist anymore.
They don't exist anymore.
Change their name.
Change their name. Yeah, they couldn't get hired. All right, Bethany, you're a great guest.
Thank you so much.
Bryan, you're probably going to lose your job. Until then, we're going to pack our knives and go.
In this economy.
fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.